Marks, get set.
Here I have created my classroom bulletin board for the students upon entering class on the first day of school. I have approached it with a track and field theme, as running is one of my passions. I begin with the About Me section. I decided it would be a good idea to let the students know a bit about myself, so we could build a connection. First, just a photo of me, and a brief explanation of what I was passionate about, and a bit about my inspiration for teaching, which is hugely due to my parents who are both in education. I went on to show the class the size of my town of Carleton Place, which is only 1/36th of the size of London with regards to population. I then showed a picture of my father, who is a principal, and he has been one of my champions since day one. On my expectation page, I decided to create an acronym with the word champion. This relates to the track theme, but also is a sign of success, something we should all strive for. I used various classroom and behavioral expectations to fill out the acronym that I felt were important to a classroom. I hold things like caring and sharing to a high regard, and think that the way students treat and interact with each other is the basis of a successful year. I also think that for students to succeed, they need to be inspired and push themselves to be the best, which leads to my next image of Steve Prefontaine and the quote, "To give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift." This is a quote that has always resonated with me, and I feel it can be used to help motivate students. Keeping with the track theme, I have a photo of the Canadian Olympians from Rio. Teamwork is becoming more important in the modern classroom, and I feel like the more cooperation that occurs, the more the students will be able to achieve common goals. The final image on my expectation page is with regards to cell phones and personal devices. I have a battle with this rule, as I do not want to be imposing on the students' personal property. The devices can be useful, but they can also be quite a distraction. I think I still have a lot to think about with regards to this aspect of the classroom, but I think a sign of when things can and cannot be used is a good start. Discipline is always tough. To manage a classroom, I think communication is key. As we discussed in class, we have no idea what a student has been through that day. We need to chat with them and see what is going on to help figure out the best course of action. A break in the day can be super important for a student stepping out of line. Just pushing the reset button can make a world of difference in a child's behavior. As I mentioned earlier, I struggle with the discipline of cell phone use, and I think perhaps a completely visible cell phone prison, like Azkaban, could be useful in maintaining control of the personal device distraction for you when usage occurs in unauthorized times. I still think I have a lot to do with refining my classroom environment, but I think that this assignment was a great help to get the creative juices flowing and provide me with some interesting ideas.